Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping straight into a totally foundational grammar rule for your Cambridge English exams today. Getting this right is literally the secret to unlocking those higher writing and speaking scores, so let's get right into it.
So the very first question we always have to ask ourselves when looking at nouns is simply this. Do we have one noun or do we have more than one? This one question is the key to everything we're doing today. Because when we have more than one, the ending of the word actually changes. Let's start with a really simple rule to keep things straight. We use the word singular when there is only one. Just think of the word single. And we use plural when there is more than one. So singular equals one, and plural equals more. Keeping these two terms clear in your mind is going to help you tremendously on test day. Okay, let's dive into exactly how these endings change. Basically, we have four main paths. Usually, we just add an S, but sometimes we have to add ES. Other times, we change a Y at the end of the word into IES. And finally, some tricky words are just irregular and they change completely. Let's look at our first and most common pattern. One book becomes three books simply by adding an S at the very end. Notice that highlighted S. Whenever you're in doubt, adding an S is usually your safest bet, just like book becomes books or car becomes cars. Now, this next example brilliantly illustrates our second rule. For certain words, like box, we have to add ES to make two boxes. Think about it. We can't just add a single S because it would be way too hard to pronounce. Try saying boxes really fast. It doesn't really work, right? So we add ES to create a clear new syllable. What's really interesting here is the spelling shift. We have one baby, which ends in the letter Y. To make it plural, we actually drop that Y entirely and change it to IES to become two babies. You'll want to watch that spelling carefully on your written exams. Because there's a consonant, the letter B, just before the Y, we absolutely have to use this rule. And finally, we have our irregular nouns. These are the ones that change completely, like moving from one child to two children. These words don't follow the S or ES rules at all. You really just have to memorize them. Notice that ren ending highlighted right there for you? So, the absolutely crucial point here is avoiding this highly common exam mistake, simply adding an S to make two childs. Please do not write this. Treating an irregular noun like a regular noun is honestly one of the quickest ways to lose points on your test. Let's fix that slowly together. Because the word is irregular, the correct way to write it is two children. Take a moment to lock this visual into your memory right now. One child. Two children. Let's see how this all builds into real exam practice. It is time for a quick challenge. Grab a pen or just think in your head, what is the plural of class? I'll give you a second. Really think about the sound it ends with. And here is the answer. If you knew to add ES to make classes, excellent job. Because the word class already ends in a double S, we need that ES to make it clear and easy to say out loud. Let's move on to the next one. Take a slow moment to think about this. Write the plural of story. Pay very close attention to that very last letter. Remember our rule for words ending in Y with a consonant right before it? We drop the Y and change it to IES to get stories. The highlight shows exactly how that spelling shifts. Okay, for our final challenge question, take a pause and write the plural of child. We covered this one just a minute ago, so try your best to visualize that correct answer. Did you get it right? As we saw with our irregular nouns, the word changes completely to children. Remember, there is absolutely no S at the end of this word, just that ren ending. Let's review and lock this all in for your test. You can remember the rules by studying these model sentences. Most words just add an S, like three books. Words ending with certain sharp sounds need ES, like two boxes. And words ending in a consonant plus Y change to IES, like two babies. Seeing them side by side like this really clarifies the pattern, doesn't it? Definitely save this rule as it will truly protect your grammar score. And make sure to subscribe for Cambridge English in 5 minutes to keep building your exam skills with us. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with a tricky thought to ponder. We know nouns change to become plural, but can you think of any animal names, maybe like sheep, that stay exactly the same whether you have 1 or 100? Keep visualizing these rules, and thanks for joining me for this explainer today.